The whole fact that we have to do security awareness training is the challenge. We've designed systems that are not safe. They're secure when operated properly. And so unfortunately, in order to have secure systems, we have to do a lot of training to have people operate them properly and know when things are going wrong. I'd hope in the future we don't have to have that, but today security awareness training is necessary.
We can take all the problems we have in the world of security, and roughly half of them are technical problems, but the other half are people problems. People doing stupid stuff. And there is no patch for stupidity.
Some people, I think you look at security awareness training as a way to create the human barrier between malicious things and them infecting our computer environments. The research is showing that that's not terribly effective.
I do think security awareness training is broken. And I don't think as a whole, I think there's some great organizations that really offer some great training, but I think it's not focused in the right way. So what we've seen over and over again with organizations that have like internal security programs is they're boring and nobody wants to take them and they want to click through. They're overly complicated. They don't draw connections to real world activity. And so the end user who you want to educate and elevate the level of cybersecurity knowledge is clicking through the vignettes as quickly as they can just so they can get back to their job.
Security awareness training is good as a concept, and it can work in organizations. It's an important part of compliance efforts. But if you approach it as only a compliance thing, I'm going to check this box, I'm going to read a thing for 90 minutes, then you end up with no success from it. Users get nothing out of it because all they heard was a monologue for 90 minutes.
What we want to do is create a culture change. That takes time and that takes buy-in. But we know how to reach people, to do sessions that engage them, empower them, have them own their stake in it, and then watch it go forward.
But we need to find a way to make security awareness a thing that is pervasive in the organization by making security part of people's job. Instead of making it something special that they have to pay attention to on top of their regular job, find a way to engineer it into their normal workflow so that security happens by default. Otherwise, you're going to ask people to do something, they're going to remember it for 3 days, and then they're going to stop doing it as they go back to what is easiest for them.
Part of the CISO's role in improving cybersecurity training is making it entertaining, right? We all read books and we all love watching movies because they tell stories. So we have to incorporate that entertainment factor into the training so that you can teach something that's both technically accurate, that's going to raise the level of awareness, but it's also going to entertain your audience at the same time.
Well, I feel currently the security awareness training is largely focused on like computer-based training in which you tell people, here's how you better secure your systems, but it's dry and it could be boring. So I think better ways is hands-on labs, hands-on ways in which you show somebody, here's actually how your information was stolen, and here's what an attacker can do with this. And then once we increase the awareness, hopefully we can have people who are more sensitive at how do we better secure our computer machines.
What we need is an approach to security awareness training that involves connecting with users and explaining how the security organization serves the corporation as a whole and how the security organization can serve individual users and respond to individual needs. To do that, we have to move away from the lecture format, and we have to move away from online security awareness training, where the only requirement of a user is that they stay barely sentient for 90 whole minutes. Once we get to something more in-person and more focused on the actual needs, while still covering the bases to ensure that we can meet our compliance obligations as an organization, then we get effective security awareness training that makes a measurable difference in the success of an organization.